Welcome back. In the previous part, we found some blue pills on Gaunt's. He's clearly taken something that's definitely increasing his perception, as well as physical abilities, but he's clearly doing something with their emotions as well. But I want to see if we can get a scene with Lecter over here. Because he was... how do I get in there? Can I ask to go in there? Ah, here we are. Hey guys. How's he holding up? Sorry, Lecter. Can't exactly hand out classified information like that. Still, I think things have finally begun to calm down. I believe you'll be able to demand an apology out of him later at least. What are you even talking about? It's not like I meant to wait until the very end to crush all his hopes and dreams and bring him back down to earth, you know? Hold on. Did you intentionally wait until the last hand to beat him? There's no friggin' way, man. That's just some lucky coincidence. Sure was. Big, beautiful coincidence. Karma must have noticed all the good deeds I've done and rewarded me. Did he actually destroy Gantz like that on purpose? If so, how? Who knows. I've definitely lost all confidence in my poker skills, though. I'm under the impression that nothing is impossible for a man like Lecter. Hey, I only gave you guys a helping hand. That guy would have ended up like that sooner or later anyway. Just so happened to be the former, I guess. I'll leave the annoying stuff to you guys. Just make sure you don't take your eyes off of him now. We know that already. Well, I'm all finished with my mission. It'd be kind of boring to just up and leave like this, though. I think I'll have a little bit of me time, if you know what I mean. Did you just say mission? What mission? Hey, Ply. Doesn't Nicole seem a little bit different lately? Oh, you noticed it too. I'm getting some weird vibes from him. It's as if he's a completely different person. Excuse me, is everything okay? Oh, the police officers have arrived. Definitely want to check on Bond as well now. It's nothing serious. We're just conversing about Nicole. Right, apparently Nicole's been engaged in some special training lately. It's paying off too. His technique and strength have improved considerably. Strange thing is, his personality seems to have changed as a result. I think his personality's gone haywire. Well, I suppose it's possible. How often do people completely change overnight, though? I wonder about that. I think people can change as long as they are motivated to do so, however. I'm sure Nicole must have had a life-changing experience like that. Yes. Apparently Nicole's been engaging in some special training, I could tell. Stamina has improved considerably. It's a remarkable idea, honestly. But I feel as if his personality has changed. I'm a little bit worried. Doesn't seem like his usual self anymore. What a bunch of morons. The price of those stocks friggin' tanked in 3 days. They seriously couldn't see that coming. The CNS business magazine is run by a circus of clowns. Wait, aren't I totally awesome? Well, whatever. It's all the same anyway. Father. What's wrong? It's nothing. It's just that, for the last little while, Father's been acting... You goddamn morons. What has happened to Father? Seems really off to me for some reason. Yeah, he did previously as well, so yeah, it's all coming together, isn't it? It's all coming together! Oh, I must be exhausted from working all day. I'm sure that's why he's acting weird. I need to do something to cheer him up. Jonah is stuffing his face with pizza. Crunch, crunch, slap. How was Hayway looking? Pretty nasty, I bet. Yeah, it wasn't good. Jonah, just so we're clear, you're not going to sell this info on the old network, are you? So you're just planning to circulate the details after we work for him, eh? Trying to think very carefully about your response. Oh, well, just want to earn back a little mirror. Those information fees are killer. I'm just looking after my livelihood. This boy hasn't been disciplined once in his life, has he? Can't believe I did that. I never liked him anyway. All he did was boss me around the whole time. Well, not anymore. You going in? Everybody's totally shocked right now. Just you wait. By tomorrow, I'll be the great leader of the Vipers. The leader of the... What happened? How's the matter with Dino? But it was one-on-one and Wall told us to quit your bitching. Think I can just ignore this? Something happened, guys? You could say that. Dino, that idiot. You challenged one of our leaders, Jed, to a fight. He's totally insane too. Kept trading blows until it was decided by an elbow to the jaw. Just a newbie, yet somehow managed to take down Jed? Impossible. I'll never forgive that bastard. Dino becomes so disrespectful. How the hell did he take down Jed? Nothing makes sense anymore. Jed's the second strongest out of all of us. He's also one of the group's leaders. Who the hell does Dino think he is? He'll pay for this. Go, go, go. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Jed's down for the count. Yeah. Fight's a fight, and that's final. Alright. Jed, go to the hospital. Now. Nah, I'm good, boss. The doctors seeing me like this would be an embarrassment to the Vipers. Don't make me repeat myself, you dumbass. Get your ass to the hospital or I'll send you there on a stretcher myself. Sorry, I'll go. You sticking paws around here, you dogs. Watch yourselves, punks. You're on my turf and I don't like it one bit. Besides, you four have nothing to do with this. Go ahead and scram. Jed's one of the more senior dudes in our group. He usually trains us. That Dino absolutely destroy him. Something ain't adding up. You're late. Interrogating Hayway rarely take you that long. No, actually, may have just stumbled into another case. But we'll include it in the usual report along with details on the Hayway raid. Alright, here we go. Triple dot. Chief? Sorry, was it too convoluted after all? No, that's not it. It's just this series of events. Starting to think that it might all be connected. You do? Seriously? How do you figure that? Triple dot. There's been way too many strange things happening in Crossbell lately. And I know things may still take a turn for the worse. But I want us to try to connect the dots. Better buckle up, Lloyd. We're going to need those detective skills you've been honing if we want to get anywhere with this. Sure, leave it to me. Today, we were able to discover roughly 3 pieces of key evidence. The information we heard from Zhao about the raid on Hayway, the intel we exchanged with Grace about the current state of Ravage, and everything we learned about Gantz, the miner from Mines. So, there has to be something that ties 3 things together, right? You know? I'm not there just yet, but I'm starting to see the big picture here. For now, let's sort through what we know. Which element of the info regarding the raid on Hayway can be tied to the others? Well, it's not the reinforcement, it's not the information relating to it's the assailant's physical abilities, it's the only tangible connection. Which element of the info regarding Ravage can be tied to the others? It's like we didn't really learn that much about that in all the other instances. Which element of the info regarding Gantz can be tied to the others? What was the poker match against Lecter at the casino? The blue pills in Gantz's possession. This has to be it. Related elements: assailants' physical abilities, haphazard chain of command, and blue pills in Gantz's possession. I think these factors overlap. Definitely suspicious, that's for sure. Think so. Ellie. We take a closer look. We can see certain things linking the cases, like, yeah, the Marconi stuff doesn't tie up with Gantz. The enhanced strength displayed by the mafioso who raided Hayway. Gantz and his spontaneous gambling skills. They may seem independent of each other, but they both deal with the augmentation of their hidden potential. Now, suppose we say that the connecting factor in all these are the blue pills. The Mafia must have started acting as the distributor for these illegal drugs. And the general public weren't the only ones affected by them. Varch must have been using them to strengthen its henchmen. Is that the general idea, Lloyd? Yeah, more or less. But in the end, it's still just another theory. However, if that's how it is, wouldn't it explain a lot? Maybe that's why Garcia's influence has started to wane. So a bunch of the mafiosos took these drugs to toughen up, and as a result, it gave them big egos. Is that it? Nicely put, everyone. By the way, remember the rumors Ian told us about yesterday? Of course, the trader and that stockbroker. Think those two are already under the influence of the pills? Who can say at this point? That's nothing more than pure speculation. However, things are beginning to come together piece by piece. You feel the same way, don't you? Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, actually. But if I'm being honest, I don't think the Special Support Section will be able to handle a case of this size. Might even need to call in the 1st Division for support, given that the incidents revolve around the distribution of illegal drugs. Perfect timing, Lloyd. Perfect timing? What are you...
There's a guy here. Oh, I found you.
What's wrong, Kia? Are you getting hungry?
Nope, not yet. I brought a visitor. He's super grumpy, and he said he really needed to talk to you.
Grumpy? Yes, grumpy. Oh. Detective Dudley. You're late. Apologies, Sergei. Investigation meeting ran a bit long. If we're having our usual discussion, don't mind if we go ahead and begin, right? Sounds good to me. Fill them in too, if you don't mind. I don't exactly have time for jokes, Sergei. This isn't something rookies should know about, and actually, I think the information they've found will end up being pretty useful to you and your investigation. Come on, it won't take any time at all. Are you insane? And again, I did leave the Hayway investigation to the Special Support Section. Perhaps it should be fine then. No. What in the world am I saying? Chief? If we're that much of a bother, we can always just leave the room. That won't be necessary. They don't call Dudley the ace of the 1st Division for nothing, after all. I'm sure he realizes what he needs in a situation like this. Tch. You win this time, Sergei. Listen up. The information I'm about to disclose is strictly confidential. It does not leave this room, otherwise there will be consequences. Got it? Yeah, there won't be a problem.
Oh, is this a secret? I love secrets. Tell me too.
Yeah, maybe not. Kia, that's not a great idea. There should be some leftover candy in the kitchen. Why don't you go share some with Zeit, okay?
Okay, I'll go get the sweeties.
The 1st Division is being pressured from the inside. Why did you feel the need to swap places? Well, it's not quite as simple as that, Bannings. After the raid on Hayway, we received orders to devote all our resources to quell any disputes between the Mafia. So recently, we had to call it quits on our investigation into the mystery drugs circulating throughout Crossbell. Really? 1st Division was investigating the blue pills too. Indeed. It's been a few days since the decision was made now. Frankly, I am shocked that you were able to uncover as much as you did. How exactly did the 1st Division find out about the drugs in the first place? We were tipped off about them by a long-time informant of ours. Of course, we couldn't act on his word alone, so we did some digging of our own. And from what we could gather, it just seemed like a silly urban legend. I mean, medicine that grants wishes and can bestow happiness? Nevertheless, we couldn't ignore drug trafficking allegations. We were in the middle of compiling a list of involved citizens before it was put on ice. What? Why are you all looking at me like that? Looks like we hit the jackpot. Show him, Lloyd. Yes, sir. What? Take a look at this, Detective.
No.
Impossible. These are what I think they are. We found them on a certain source during our investigation today. We were allowed to keep them on the condition that we protect their identity. Lloyd explained in great detail what had transpired prior to Dudley. Damn it all. So it is real. When you're saying that it's possible that Ravage is the distributor. Dudley, about the order to stop the drug investigation. Any idea who made the call? I need one guess, really. Had to have been someone high up. Our chief didn't agree with the decision, but he enforced it nonetheless. What a mess. Wait a moment, please. Does that mean someone high on the CPD's chain of command gave in to the Mafia's demands? That's unbelievable. God, how low can you go? The situation appears quite grave. Hey, Dudley. It's clear that you came to me because you don't trust the department brass. That being said, what's your move? To be honest, I didn't intend to do anything about the drug investigation. If any of us were to take action, our bosses would do whatever they could to interfere. As a member of the police, it would be too frustrating to let this go. Detective Dudley. Easy then. Leave the investigation to the Special Support Section. Everyone, listen up. From here on out, the SSS will be informally collaborating with the 1st Division. You four will take over their investigation into these drugs in their stead, since they currently have their hands tied. Yes, sir. Understood. And in return, we'll get every bit of intel the 1st Division has about Ravage. Sound fair? Are you mad? Regardless of the circumstances, we can't just go handing out top-secret intelligence. Can't say I particularly care, Dudley. You're stuck in a stalemate and you know it. But by all means, do whatever strikes your fancy. Stubborn as ever. Fine, you can have whatever information your grubby hands want. Glad we could come to an agreement. Oh, so we're doing the 1st Division's work for him now, is that it? I can feel the superiority washing over me already. Yikes, yeah, never mind. Let's not jinx ourselves, Randy. Whatever. Alright, you gave my permission to handle the drug investigation. How do you actually plan on proceeding, though? About that, we already hold the key in our hands. All we need to do is figure out what the drug is made of somehow. Not a bad start. Do you have any idea how to determine that? Who to go to? Based on what we know, we can assume that this is a new, never-before-seen drug. Using the forensic tools back at HQ is out of the question, so I have no experience with them and would be easily caught. Just in case you're wondering, the word key is stuck in my head. Well, there goes that idea. You know, maybe we should just ask the medical college for assistance. I see. You must be talking about that particular doctor. Oh, the pieces are connecting. Talking about St. Ursula. Right, we know a doctor there who specializes in pharmaceutical research, actually. I've heard nothing but good things about his work and his fishing, so there might be a good chance he could figure out the drug's composition. That's a stroke of good luck. And it might just be our best option. If you can, could you put together a report of the 1st Division's intel and send it to us by the end of the day? I want them to decide how to approach the investigation for themselves. Fine, I'll send it over as soon as I can. Well then, I should go. Thank you for your cooperation, Sergei. Likewise. Oh, and don't forget to give them well wishes too. Ugh. Listen well, you four. If you do anything stupid, this entire situation might nosedive. Understand? Notwithstanding your investigation into the drugs, leave dealing with the Mafia to the 1st Division. Stay close to the ground, behave, and most importantly, don't get in our way. Yeah, got it. Jeez. That goof just can't be honest with his feelings. Anger is one way of hiding one's embarrassment, is it not? Maybe so. Also, he has a stronger sense of justice than I initially presumed. Yeah, I think we can trust him. I'd vouch for him. How most of the First Division is driven by diligence and their distaste for injustice, same as Dudley. Sadly, most of them are sticklers for the rules, making them pretty obstinate. So, you're going to head to St. Ursula right away? That's the plan, at least. Well, if we have some time, I'm sure we'll try to knock out a few support requests. After all, we didn't have time to leave the city this morning. Sounds like it's about to get busy. Say we just tackle the requests little by little as the day goes on. Glad to see you're all raring to go. Now, I know we're cooperating with the First Division, but don't get too excited. Just do things as you'd usually do. Show me that you're capable of cracking the mystery behind these drugs. Understood? Oh. We do have several things here. We're not... Oh yeah, that says reported. I was like, do we not report them? So reported does mean we reported it, you idiot. Still gotta wait on that one because we don't have all the recipes yet. So... let's see about collecting flowers for resting places. Old Man Quint. I want to offer flowers at some graves. For details, come to the cabin next to the graveyard behind Crossbell Cathedral. Mr. Quint, sorry to bother you. The police? That's right, sir. We're from the Special Support Section, coming about your request. Very well then. I want you to bring me 3 different kinds of flowers for an offering. Can you go on and fetch them now? Of course. We can start right away, sir. Good deal. I'll get straight to the point. Got pen and paper on you? I'll tell you which flowers you need to collect. Ready for the first one? Yes. Tio, mind writing it down? Roger. No, it's Lloyd. First, the Leavers flower. You'll find them blooming near the police academy on West Crossbell Highway. Second, we have the Requiem flower. I believe Telly's general store on West Street sells them. Finally, there's the Final flower. Final flower? You know that watchtower near Crossbell's east exit. They're usually at the foot of it. They tend to bloom near similar flowers too, so be careful to not overlook them. Once you're done, I'd like you to bring them all to me. Gotta keep an eye out for other flowers. Noted. May I ask why you specifically want these 3 flowers? Yellow, blue, and white symbolize the repose of the soul here in Crossbell. Flowers of these colors are arranged in bouquets, which are traditionally offered during funerals. Is this that language of the flowers thing? I believe this is slightly different from florography, Randy. It would not be a stretch to claim that these flowers resemble Crossbell's state colors. I think a tricolored bouquet was offered at Guy's funeral too. Sir? What's with the silent treatment? It's just that I'm a bit disappointed that your generation is so unaware of these old traditions. On the other hand, the ignorance should provide you with a bit of an extra challenge. Sorry about that. Sorry, man. And even from Crossbell to begin with. Fine then. You know what to do. Off you go. Understood. Bit rude. Leavers flower. Now, aren't these yellow ones the Leavers flowers we've been looking for? Probably a real pain for regular folk to pick them because of the location, yeah? It is right in front of the police academy. Considering how far apart these flower beds are scattered throughout Crossbell, it's fairly difficult to gather a 3-colored bouquet. And that's why most graves today are decorated with a single type of flower. 3-color bouquets are usually saved for funeral services. Learning something new every day. Traditions must face reality eventually. Yeah, I guess that's true. An flower. Have these flowers always been here, by the way? If I go look back in the past, were they here? Oh, these white ones are Finel flowers, aren't they? This location is fairly close to Crossbell City, so I imagine people frequently come by here to pick them. Yeah, I doubt any strong monsters are chilling in a place like this. Regardless, weaker monsters are still a threat to children and the elderly. Yeah, you're right. Shall we get going? Welcome to Tally's General Store. Looking for anything in particular? Yes, actually, we're looking for some Requiem flowers. I see. Did Mr. Quint send you? That's right. Did he tell you that we'd be coming? No need to. He's about the only person who buys those flowers from us. He and a few other devoted individuals. Wait a minute, please. I'm sure we have some behind the counter somewhere. Yeah. Thought we were going to have to pay for them for a second there. The old man didn't exactly give us any mirror. I don't know, he didn't strike me as the kind of person to pull something over on us like that. Perhaps, but it still would have been nice to have received a little more information about the request. Suppose that's true. He only told us the location of the flowers, nothing more, nothing less. Pardon me. You're out, aren't you? Is something wrong? I'm so sorry, but it looks like we're out of stock of requiems. Seriously? That's just great. Again, I'm terribly sorry. Would you mind waiting for a bit? I'll ask the Bracer Guild if they could pick some up for me. The Bracers? I suppose they would be the ones to ask. Lloyd, why don't we go pick the flowers ourselves? Well, yeah. Why lose to the Bracers when we can do something about it? I second that. Sounds like we're all on the same page. Doing ourselves would be much more efficient than waiting on them anyway. Excuse me, do you happen to know where the Requiem flowers grow? I see, you're planning to get them yourselves. You should find some blooming on the edge of Mind's mountain path, about halfway down the branching road that leads to some old ruins, if I recall. Ah. Thanks, we'll go ahead and try looking for them. Wonderful. And once more, I do apologize for the inconvenience. Please make sure to give Mr. Quint my regards. Requiem flower. These blue flowers are requiems, right? That took us ages to find. I know, right? Imagine how hard it would have blown if there weren't any here. Now, you two. The flowers were here, so it was worth it, right? Yeah, we got the job done. That's what counts. We're back, Mr. Quint. Faster than I expected. Did you get the flowers? Yes. Feel free to give them a look. Leafus flower. Requiem flower. Fanalel flower. These are the ones, alright. Your efforts are much appreciated, Special Support Section. Just doing our job, sir. But man, we ran all over just to pick some flowers. Even Tally's had to run out. What are the odds of that happening? Well, we still managed. So may I ask you something? Depends on the question. It's not particularly common to gather these 3 specific flowers except for funerals nowadays. What exactly did you need them for? Right, that there's no funeral at the moment. Well, since you helped me pick them, come with me and we'll offer them together. We'll get your answer afterwards. We'll follow him then. What is he talking about? It's me. Guess we'll see when we get there. Here lies Sire McLean. Aw. McLean? Could this be Alios's wife? On to the next one. So this is what we're after. This one's seen better days. Can't even make out whose name's on it. Perhaps the gravekeeper knows? Here's the last one. There we go. Here lies Guy Bannings. Is this who I think it is? Lloyd's older brother. The reason I asked you to gather those 3 flowers is pretty simple. I want to give them to Guy Bannings and to the families of those that were precious to him. It's only natural to want to show respect to one's closest friends, right? Sir, did you know Guy Bannings? That's right. Thought I could forget him even if I tried. Back when I was alive, he often came to visit me in my cabin. We'd share drinks and stories till the sun rose. Never had a family, you see. But I can't tell you how many times he saved this old man. I had no idea. I was trying to understand the nature of this support request. When it came time for his funeral, felt like it was torn to shreds. Her name was Lloyd, right? She must be Guy's younger brother. You know who I am? First saw you at your brother's funeral. After seeing the SSS photo in the Crossbell Times 4 months ago, I finally remembered you. The faces aren't anything alike, but I'm starting to see the resemblance. Yeah, he was always the bulkier brother. I'll get there someday, maybe. Lloyd. Actually, there's another reason why I submitted such an annoying job to the SSS. I needed to ascertain firsthand whether you four, Guy's successors, had grown any. And did we make the grade? Well, you finished the job, so that's something. But you're still rough around the edges. Damn, tell us how you really feel. Despite all that, I think the special support section has a bright future ahead of it. A Cassius bright future, what? You'll catch up to Guy someday. You may even be able to overtake him. When that happens, come back here and pay me a visit. We'll share some drinks. Same I did with Guy. Alright? Looking forward to it. The older brother lives on through a lot of people, doesn't he? I agree. Through me as well. Catching up to a guy that talented ain't the easiest thing in the world. It's going to take quite a while, I bet. Honestly, the goal might end up being a bigger barrier than taking down the Mafia or Crossbell's corruption, you know? Yeah, you said it. And yet I will surpass him someday. Have to. Looks like I've talked your ears off. Time to head back inside. Thanks to you, I was able to give my friend a worthwhile visit. Can't thank you enough for that. If something else ever comes up, I'll make sure to contact you again. We'll be waiting. Goodbye, sir. That's nice to hear, Fran. Lovely. I will do. Right, so that's what's going to be done for this part. In the next part, we'll see about, searching for an important person. Yes. Ta-ta for now.